Okay, so today we're going to be making a prepper carbonara. It's really simple, and I'm kind of making it up as I go. But I want to find ways to use my canned goods, so I'm kind of doing this recipe thing to show you guys ways that you can use your canned goods. And the canned good that prompted this recipe was this Prego bacon flavored Alfredo sauce. You can see my Best Buy date right there, and so I kind of want to go ahead and use it. And this is something that a lot of people pick up at the Dollar Tree. I have never eaten Alfredo from a can. I'm Italian, so I just make it myself. So I don't know how this is going to taste, but let me just show you the ingredients. And I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees. Besides this one can, which is 15.5 ounces of bacon flavored Alfredo, I have a can of sweet peas. I'm actually only going to use about half of these. And then I have 2 cans of this Hormel smoked ham. I have actually never opened a can of this to see what it's actually like. I just picked it up for my preps, and I think it's a good idea to test your preps and, you know, see what you're putting back, see if you actually like it. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. These are 5-ounce cans each. And then I got some egg noodles. If you want to use any kind of noodles, penne, you want to use some spaghetti and make it like a real carbonara, any kind of noodles you have around, but I wanted to go through my egg noodle supply. And then some Italian style breadcrumbs and a tablespoon of cooking oil. And then for the side dish, I'm going to be making these Bisquick cheese garlic biscuits, which had a Best Buy date of July 21. Yes, I'm using it past the Best Buy, and I guarantee you I will be just fine. But in case I don't make any more videos after this, you'll know what it was. So I'm going to go ahead and get my water boiling. Okay, so I got my water coming to a boil, and I just opened this can of ham, smoked ham. Ooh. And this is what it looks like inside. Kind of just looks like a solid brick of ham, so I'm going to kind of break it up and maybe chop it up into some smaller pieces and drain this oil out of it. But that's not really what I expected it to look like. I expected it to look like little separate chunks, but oh well, it doesn't smell too bad. Obi ran over here like I was opening a can of dog food. He's very curious about this canned ham. And if I leave it here for too long, he will take it. So let me go ahead and kind of chop this up, I guess. Kind of interesting. It doesn't really, well, I guess it kind of breaks apart. Kind of show you the consistency here. So I can just break it up with my hands, actually make it more natural. I'll cut it into a few pieces and then break it up. I cook with my hands, guys, so I'm not having guests over. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Alright. Okay, so here is all the canned ham, and it really doesn't look that bad. I haven't tried it yet. If you want to use canned chicken, maybe do a 12-ounce can of chicken, whatever kind of meat you want, really. I just thought the ham would be a good addition to the bacon flavored Alfredo, and I kind of had this idea of a carbonara. And the reason I am preheating the oven is because all of this is going to go into a casserole dish, and it's going to be kind of a baked pasta. For the topping, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of these Italian style breadcrumbs. Just throw them in a bowl, and I'm going to do about a tablespoon of oil. I just use avocado oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you like. So about a tablespoon, and then give that a good mix. This is basically going to be a slightly wet looking breadcrumb mixture. Do you see Obi down here? He is just waiting for me to drop something. Okay, so my water is boiling now, and I'm gonna do about 2 large handfuls of my egg noodles. I don't know how much that is. I really don't do much measuring, but 2, maybe 2.5 handfuls, maybe around 8 ounces or so of pasta. While the pasta is cooking in a separate bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and mix the Alfredo, which I just opened, with half a can of those peas. I don't want too many peas in there, so. Alright. Drained my peas and just gonna kind of estimate here. That's good. And then I guess all of this. This is 10 ounces of canned ham. It seems like it might be a lot, so maybe I'll save some for Obi. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Okay. I'm not sure what percentage I used. I just didn't want to put too much in there, so I'm gonna give this to Obi. See if he figures it out. Yep, that was quick. So just mix this all up. And then I'm definitely gonna season this. I'm gonna put some garlic, some pepper, a little bit of salt, even though, no salt. Just kidding, because the canned ham has a lot of salt in it. I love pepper, so there's going to be lots and lots and lots of pepper in there. So I'm just going to do a little bit of powdered garlic. I think if you can have garlic and pepper for all your preps, then you'll never go wrong. I got this at the Dollar Tree, this Kingsford garlic and herbs Tuscan style seasoning, and it's really good on just about everything, so I'll put some of that in there too. Why not? Mix it all up. And then when the pasta comes out, I'll drain it, mix the pasta in here, and then put it in my baking dish and top it with the breadcrumb topping. And I just thought of this. I'm gonna add something to my breadcrumb topping. I'm gonna do some grated Parmesan cheese. Because why not? I'll give it a little extra crisp, a little extra flavor. And just for good measure, I'm gonna add some to this too. There we go. While the water's boiling, I'm just gonna keep on adding stuff. I don't know what this is gonna turn into. All right. Okay, my pasta's done, so I drained it, and I'm gonna add it to the bowl of Alfredo mix. Give it a little stir, and then put it in the casserole dish. And I'll cook it for about 25-30 minutes or so. If you get a can of that Prego Alfredo sauce, on the back there's a recipe that's very similar to this. I just kind of tweaked it a little bit and made it up as I went. But there's that. And then I'll go ahead and sprinkle on my breadcrumb and Parmesan topping. You know what? I'm going in with the hands. I swear that if anyone ever comes over for dinner, I don't use my hands for cooking. Not that I'm not washing them, but... Alright, go ahead and pop this in the oven. Okay, so that casserole is in the oven, and when the timer says I have about 8 minutes left on that, I'll bump it up to 450 and throw in my expired biscuits. Okay, I just pulled the casserole out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. And my expired biscuits look perfect. So I'm going to plate this up and I'll do a taste test. Okay, this is about as fancy as I could make it look, but not too bad for mostly canned ingredients. We'll see how it tastes. Okay, let me go ahead and try this. That is really good. That is actually really good. It's a perfect combination of ingredients, and I think kids would like this too. You got a little bit of vegetables in there. You kind of can sneak it in without them tasting it too much, but a really hearty, good tasting meal. So if you guys have some of that stuff in your prepper pantry and you want to give this recipe a try, let me know how it turns out and let me know if you like it. I'll see you in the next video.